you is the challenge when you're doing one more young movie? You've done so many young love stories before. What for you today is the challenge? Is it the worry of repeating yourself?
Ultimately, it's all the same.
Okay.
If something is catchy, it reaches the public.
Right.
And something is melodic, they recognize it. But how can you give it in different forms where they don't feel like, oh, it's the same thing for 20 years.
Right.
At the same time, musically explore, even take an even more dangerous path. Let's see what happens. The sound of today has changed. It's become very EDM, but we need to have our style, our footprint on it.
What is the one wish you have for the world, and how do you think your fans can contribute to that one wish globally?
There is a lot of, I would say, impatience with many things, Sometimes even on the table, if your food comes late, you start questioning and say, I have the right, why did you bring it late? And starting a trouble, but you can also be patient. You can be calm in Zen mode so that you don't spoil the aura of the place.
Yeah.
And that comes even in a major level, in a street, in a state, in a country, in the world, even on the net. You see YouTube. You just put anything and you have dirty comments down about the race, about sex, about everything. And it's so unfortunate. And then nobody wants to see the real video. They want to see what the comments are. They're so dirty. So I'm going to, probably if I release another album, comments will be off. Just listen to the music and internalize it, and then speak to yourself. And to deal with many major situations, I think this is it. I think we're all judgmental. We are, for me, I think I'm judging myself constantly. So I don't have time for judging outside. And that's the basic thing. I think today, if we are more patient and we're more open and not non-judgmental, I think the world will be a better place.
I love that. Yeah. More patience, more tolerance. That's wonderful.
So then what I do is I do a lot of ideas, and probably 2 sessions or 3 sessions, have 20 ideas. If it's very, very important, I have a lot of ideas, and then listen to it back.
Is it hard to say no, though, to friends?
I think sometimes schedules, it's better not to say yes and make them wait.
Sure.
And torture them.
Right.
That is my thing about even smaller movies. Because when I do a smaller movie, they have a limited budget, they take money for interest.
Right.
And if I have a Hollywood project or something and I go sit there, I can't take my sensibilities off and do something else which is very South Indian folk.
Right.
And it's really, really uncomfortable to do that.
Correct.
And they can't wait for 3 months till it finishes. So that's the reason I understand certain things and I really want to do, but I know that this is going to happen.
Okay.
So I said, sorry, I can't do it.
That is amazing. And of course, you've had a number of celebrated collaborations with many different people. Anything that you would highlight as being an amazingly special experience? A movie, an actor, a singer, one of the other amazing folks like Mick Jagger that you have collaborated with. What stands out for you?
I've been very, very lucky. I'm very content because I got, first of all, one of my dream directors worked with me for the first film, Roja Maniratnam. Then I worked with Andrew Lloyd Webber, I worked with Shekhar Kapoor, all of them whom I've admired. Then I worked with Nusrat Fateh Ali Khan Sahab.
Of course.
And just before he passed away, then I worked with Danny Boyle, who was again very sympathetic towards music. And I just met Terrence Malick recently. We just met, who's based in Austin. He came for he couldn't come for the show, but he heard some of my music. And the one I want to work with maybe Stevie Wonder.
Of course.
Michael Jackson, I met him twice, but unfortunately we couldn't work together.
I'm 46 and I realize I've got everything. Do you feel like there are still ambitions, still dreams unfulfilled? Are there other achievements that you still hope to make?
I don't know what my path of life is.
Okay.
It opens up, like every day it's a new thing.
Right.
From my first movie, when I did Roja, I thought it'll be my last movie. And I get a national award. And
right.
national award comes after 100 movies It comes on a first movie.
True.
And then people ask me, what is going to happen next to you? It's all going to be a downer from now.
Right.
And then, but you find a path, you find a reason to go beyond, and as a human being, and as a musician, and as an artist. So I guess there's something else or something.
But nothing tangible, another Oscar, another Grammy.
I mean, I've got 2 Grammys, 2 Oscars.
True.
Yeah, I think it's more than that. I think now playing a educator, a principal of a school,
Right.
running a foundation, and then going into script writing a bit and getting ideas for my movies, which
Sure.
in the future we want to do. So I think they're all very challenging decisions, which I get terrified. Sometimes wake up, what am I doing?
Okay.
How do you keep your energy up? You said you did a concert yesterday in LA. There's a concert this evening in San Jose. You're traveling in between. How do you just keep your energy up?
I didn't even know, actually, when I started and people saw all the listings, they were like, what are you going to do? Are you going to come back alive? So when you're performing, it's a whole new energy, and different places have different energy. People make you regenerated. The kind of love they've been given is
you get your energy from the crowd.
Amazing,
Yeah.
My philosophy about using technology is you have to master them. It needs to work for you, and you shouldn't work for that. And so when I come to a stage, if I'm using a software, I wait till I master it, and my thoughts go straight into that rather than checking the manual. Oh, how do you save this? How do you edit? And it has to. So even if it takes 2 years, it'll be in another room. I'll be jamming with it, and one day I'll say, "Okay, guys, change it, bring it to the main room." So that's been going on. I used to work with hardware sequences.
And his question is, what is your advice and motivation for young people who want to pursue a career in music? With what amount of knowledge and content does one break through?
I feel first of all, you need to have a ear for music.
Yeah.
You need to love beautiful stuff. Then it becomes part of you.
That's right.
It's even whether in spirituality or music, it's the same thing. The more you start getting into something, and then it becomes you. And so if you're half-heartedly doing something and you don't give enough time, it's not worth it. But if you don't even think about sustenance, nothing, and then just go into it and become a master of it, people will come following you. And that's the truth.